Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's your coffee addicted gamer, DrChiz here, and it is probably Tuesday morning when you hear this, even though I'm recording it at, well, technically Tuesday morning. It is midnight now. And this is a new series I'm kicking off. It's called Gaming News Network (GNN), and what it is the compilation of G4 gaming news and CNN real life news. No one out there's doing things like this. I thought it'd be cool to do it, have a little fun with it. And I'm going to start it off by doing it on E3 week. So right now, not real life news because there's so much freaking gaming news. So we're going to fill your heads with that. And I'm going to be doing this with a good friend of mine. He's got a dick the size of a baby squirrel. Your man, you know him as FuzzyOtterBalls.
Now, you said doing it a lot, and then you said something about dicks and baby squirrels. So what that says to me is you have some serious issues that need to be worked out.
They don't need to be worked out. They're just serious issues. Why can't you just accept me for who I am?
Why would you not stop fucking baby squirrels? That's kind of where I'm going with this.
Because they're adorable and furry. Anyway, since you're a dick. Alright, guys, so on the bottom of the screen there, you can see in the white, I'm going to have all the conferences that were from Monday, and you can click which one you want to jump right into. And on the very bottom of the blue is going to be the subcategories of each of those conferences, because there is so much stuff to cover. I know. Alright, so let's start off with the Xbox conference, Fuzzy. Now, what did you think of the new dashboard updates that were going to be there?
It looks prettier, I guess. It's hard to tell until you jump into the functionality, whether it's going to flow better or not. Every dash update they've made so far, I've eventually liked. I know that gamers just fucking hate change. Like if you redesign any site anywhere ever, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, the immediate backlash is this blows. Once you get used to it, it's better because these are professional UI designers who design these backgrounds for them. That's my contention right now, just by looking at the designs.
Yeah, my only pet peeve with the whole change thing is, I mean, it's fine and it functions great, but they make their stuff very bright and very white for whatever reason. I don't know why that is. I really don't care for it. It's very blinding. But in case you guys didn't know, for the new dashboard, they're integrating YouTube functionality and apparently live TV. Don't exactly know what channels yet or how that's going to work. And I think they're bringing UFC fights, which you can not exactly like bet on, but like determine the outcome with your friends and win points like that. And also there's going to be Bing functionality too, which like through Connect voice command, you can say search for pornographic films, and it will search through different databases like Netflix and the Zune, I guess, and it will find those things for you. So that's what the new dashboard stuff is. I believe it comes out fall of this year. So there you go. We saw Modern Warfare 3. We saw 2 different trailers there. There's things like guns that they were only guns we've seen before: the G18, AA-12, the M4, which has the 2 different scopes on it. How do you feel about that?
I told you I was watching the trailer. I love it. It's a holographic sight, an EOTech holo sight, and it looks like a flip-to-side magnifier. So I was looking into buying one of those for my AR-15. So I'm really, really into that, and it looks like there's just a bit of functionality in there. I'd like to see that in multiplayer, but I probably won't use it.
You're not going to use it in multiplayer? Both
Probably
scopes?
Not.
Why?
I'm like a really good shot, so I don't need it, obviously.
Okay, now he's just talking himself up. All right. Fucking ego boost in the middle of this. But yeah, Modern Warfare 3, not much new stuff was shown. I was actually kind of bored with the trailers. I don't know about you. It looked like
the first
Modern Warfare
game.
2. Yeah.
The gameplay trailer for the underwater level and the raft chase scene, it bored the shit out of me, honestly. I'm not like the hugest fan of single player in Call of Duty. I liked Modern Warfare 1. Modern Warfare 2 was like, oh, I guess I'm dead again, huh? From a first-person perspective. Wow, it was really shocking the first time they used it. But now, I don't know. I hopefully they can bring me back with this. But
Well, they're going to wrap up the story, so you have to play it no matter what. Sorry.
I stopped and played
Plus,
Halo.
apparently, Ghost might be coming back, so you know, a zombie in the game. Kind of interesting.
That's
Yeah.
maybe,
They also announced like Tomb Raider, which I don't think you saw, but it looked really nice. It looked up to par with, I wouldn't say Uncharted because that's fucking amazing, but it looked really nice and fluid, and the graphics were like top notch for. And that's, I don't know if it's on both, but I think it was for the Xbox since it was at the Xbox conference. It looked really good. It wasn't like choppy cutscenes and stuff. It was all live action stuff rendered in the engine.
And you're saying it looked good, but I know the question is, what is it? Is it her boobs? Because that's all really that I will
That
play it
was
for.
all I was staring at. So yeah, it would just be her tits. I
Okay.
was hoping, she's in the water and it's raining. I think maybe we were gonna see some hard nipples, but unfortunately, I did not see that. Maybe the engine can be optimized to show that when it's released.
Yeah. So are we talking like DOA, beach volleyball style graphics, or are we talking like
Like
classic?
DOA meets Uncharted, so it looks
Okay.
really nice and it's got a nice rack on it.
Okay. And there's the boob physics. All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Gears of War 3 was shown again like it was at the previous E3. Uh, for some reason, they felt it necessary to bring Ice-T out onto the stage because, when I think Gears of War 3, I think dude from Law and Order and rapper. Don't know why he was there. Um, it looked really cool, though. They did a boss battle. Pretty excited for that game, but it is a third-person shooter, so we'll see how that works out.
Yeah,
What
I'm
about
a
you?
fan of the Gears series in general.
Are you now?
Obviously, not into it as much as I was into Call of Duty. Gears 1, I was really into. Gears 2, obviously blew, so nobody liked it. But they brought me back with a beta for Gears 3. It's one of the most fun experiences you will have, just using all the different weapons. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I think Gears Online is a lot more fun when you're winning and you're not getting your ass pounded, though.
It's true. I get my shit pushed in quite a bit when I play Gears,
And you heard it from the
and
man
in general too.
himself. Exactly.
Just
There you go.
pretty much daily. Anyway.
Now the biggest news was, of course, they were really pushing Connect so hard down your throats. It was like a bad prom date. I don't know why. Obviously, it's for sales, but everything was either Connect integrated or just built specifically for Connect. It was really just disappointing because it was like that last year. Of course, they were launching it last year, but once again, there was basically no new IPs, and it was just Connect, Connect, Connect with Sesame Street and Fun Labs, so you can doodle in 3 dimensions and scan your favorite Coke can into your game with you. I don't really like the Connect stuff they were pushing this year.
Mhm. I noticed you wrote scan porn and fuck it. So that's
That was my
more.
idea when I was thinking of it, because the little girl, she scanned a doll and played as the
Whoa,
doll.
wait. So you saw the little girl and you
That's
thought,
not
okay,
what. No, no,
let's
no, no, no,
scan
no.
porn
Out
and
of
fuck it.
context.
That's exactly the words out of your mouth,
That's not
right
what I
there.
said. But seriously, you could just scan whatever you want, integrate it how you wanted to in the game. Sounds like a device for pedophiles. Just saying. I mean, at least have some
This
fun
will be
with it.
this will be used against you in the court of law.
Well, that's okay. I don't believe in any court of law. Only the court of basketball.
You can't hold me. Anyway, so it seems to be like there's a mandate from Microsoft to move Kinect hardware units because it sold really well last year, but if you look at the software sales charts, you didn't sell any games for it. So I think they kind of realized that the idea of selling a standalone game based on the promise of Kinect alone is not going to fly with gamers, especially at a $60 price point. So if you got a choice between $60 for a Call of Duty game and $60 for fucking, I don't know, Kinectimals, which it is an awesome game, but
Yeah, I
it,
love petting tigers. I can't do that in real life. They kick me out of the zoo.
it's because you tried to scan it and fuck it. That's why. But yeah, I think they're
Shut
realizing
up.
the value out of Kinect is as a feature on top of games, not as a standalone promise.
Yeah. And Halo. I was excited at this information because I like the first two Halos. Halo One Combat Evolved is coming back with a 10-year anniversary edition where it is remastered and recreated. Sorry, I can't think of the appropriate word. And it looks pretty cool for it's like a layer on top of the original one, and there's actually a button they said you can use, and you can look at how it previously was rendered and the new settings to it. So that's cool. You can do co-op Xbox Live, which I'm really looking forward to because back in those days it was just the dude sitting next to you who probably sucked monkey dick, but you played with him anyway. And a little confused right now. It says it comes with multiplayer maps. I don't think there's a multiplayer for Halo, the new Halo 1 game coming out. I think it's incorporated into Reach because it said it was running on the Reach engine. Are you a Halo fan, Fuzzy?
I was a huge Halo 1 fan. It was the main thing that got me into Xbox was Halo. Before that, I was a PS3 player or a PS2 player. But
Oh.
so if it runs on the Reach engine, it can still look like Halo 1. But I don't know if it's got online multiplayer for Halo 1, standalone from the Reach engine. That would be that would be awesome. but I don't know what the uptake numbers are going to be for a product like that, especially since they're announcing Halo 4.
Right. Well, this comes out this fall, which is nice, so you can look forward
Yeah.
to that. But it does come out at a really bad time frame. I think they said November 15th, and
That's
that's really bad. That's
wow.
like I think the week after Modern Warfare 3
Yeah.
and Battlefield 3 comes out. It was pushed back to October 25th. I heard it was supposed to be the week before Modern Warfare 3. Now it's like 2 weeks before. So all of these games in a really sketchy time frame. We'll see who grabs the best one. That made no fucking sense. Moving on. To wrap up the end of the conference, this was a fail on their part. Everybody knew Halo 4 was going to be announced because Microsoft had leaked that information onto their site before the conference even started. So they threw that out there. A Halo 4 teaser was shown at the end. It picks up right where Halo 3 left off. If you'd beaten Legendary Edition, you'd see a little, hint at the end there. He's on the ship reaching a planet. And that's being picked up by 343 Studios, which now owns the rights to the Halo series. And they basically announced, they came out and said this is a new trilogy. So they not only announced Halo 4, but Halo 4, 5, and 6. So I'm pretty much looking forward to that. We'll see how they take the story from there, since it's not obviously written by Bungie anymore.
Yeah. Are we doing that whole win-loss thing? Because I don't really like doing that. I'm not really comfortable with that. I'm
What do you
being
mean?
perfectly honest.
Win
I mean,
loss.
it's not really a loss. I think they announced a lot of cool stuff that we all knew was coming, but still an announcement. Um,
Oh, I
I mean,
didn't
they
say it
didn't
was
really have any
bad.
bombshells out there,
No, there
I
was nothing
suppose.
out there. The bombshell was that this conference was overtaken by Kinect and just shoved it down our throats.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's their. They spent years and years in R&D, and it's you're gonna start seeing it on their expense reports soon, or soon, not really expense reports. I'm thinking income statement soon, as they capitalize their software development or amortize the capitalized software development. Wow, that was really not a clear explanation of how
I
that
need to draw
works.
a fucking map to get back on track to wherever you left off at. I don't know what the hell you just said.
Yeah,
All right.
let's just table that.
So that's the Xbox conference. Cool beans. There was some stuff there we liked and a lot of connectable crap. Um, Next was the EA conference. I think they called it the Game Changers EA conference because they're changing it up and stuff. But really, it was a lot of, sequels and stuff we've already seen. Mass Effect 3, going to be an awesome game. That was announced. Obviously, it was announced last year. What am I talking about? I'm not really into RPGs. Mass Effect 2, I'm going to be honest. Nobody hate. Bore the crap out of me. I'm just not into those type of games. But I know Fuzzy likes them, and a lot of you all like them. And a really cool feature with the Kinect, something that they should do more instead of pushing, a series just for Kinect, is the voice recognition. They're controlling your squad and telling them to do certain things via your voice rather than manually doing it on the controller.
Yeah. So Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 1, it's sort of the so if you played it on console, you didn't get the full experience because the PC versions were superior. I played it mainly on the console, so it's hard to tell how far this voice recognition is going to add with respect to the gameplay, because if you make it too critical a feature, then anybody who doesn't have Kinect is going to suffer a decreased player experience.
Right.
So they definitely will not do that. So it won't be absolutely critical. It'll just be, I would say, either removing an annoyance or like a cool feature type of situation with a Kinect. It won't be a game changer.
Yeah, it's not like Tom Clancy's End War where that game was centralized about you having to communicate with your squad and yelling into the mic, which was a fail of a game, actually.
Exactly. That's exactly why, because it was a gimmick that they fleshed out into a full game concept. So
Right. And another one of those games out there was Need for Speed The Run. Need for Speed series is going on, I don't know how long. It was a cool premise idea. I believe it's a timed race, and you go from Los Angeles to New York. And that'd be cool and stuff, and it's a great idea, but it's called The Run, and it says, yeah, you can get out of your car and run around, or you can get out of your car and get into quick time events with the police, punch them, jack their car, and then continue driving. And I just think this is a fail. Why would you get out of your car in a racing game at all? To me, it sounds like they're going towards the GTA side of this series now.
and that's not a fail, but
It's a fail.
we haven't even seen much of how that functionality is going to be used. Need for Speed at its core has always been a racing game. So when you futz with that and you don't really have experience developing that, from a story perspective, you're going to suffer in terms of overall game experience.
Right. SSX the reboot is also being was announced at EA, which looks really cool. I was into snowboarding games. I don't believe I know the name of it. It wasn't Amped. It was way back on the PlayStation 2. So I've always liked snowboarding
1080.
games. It might have been 1080, and I've always liked snowboarding games. And so this is really cool. And they apparently took NASA satellite imaging to make this world as big as it could be, and use the real big mountain ranges that are out there right now. And I believe PS3 exclusive gets Mount Fuji, I think it is. So that looks kind of exciting.
Racist, but
Whoa, whoa. Oh, okay. That's me.
yeah, but no. I'm not huge into snowboarding games. I haven't really played any sort of board-based game since Tony Hawk, so I'm not really excited for this personally. As far as snowboard games go, I believe this is the pinnacle of snowboard game development in the past decade. But that being said, I'm talking literally out of my butt.
I mean, there were cool things like you could jump onto a helicopter, dude. Okay? Don't be racist against boards.
That's nothing. I don't. All right, keep going.
Another one. This is actual independent IP. I don't think it's a remade or a reboot or anything. It's called Overstrike. It's going to actually have multi-platform functionality between the Xbox and PlayStation 3. I think it's in the Team Fortress area of graphics. It looks realistic, but also cartoony, I guess you could say. It looked really, I don't know, really good, but it looked really funny, at least the dynamic between the four characters and their personalities. So it looks like a good co-op game for sure.
Yeah, we haven't seen how it's going to be, and selling something based on co-op alone was okay a couple years ago, or a couple months ago, a year ago, but now you actually have to have a cohesive and coherent co-op experience,
Right.
for it to differentiate from everything else out there. So you can't really just say it's a co-op game, so buy it. It has to be a good one. So I'm excited for this because I like co-op games.
Right.
Yeah.
They're a lot more fun than which is what I wish Call of Duty would. Only World of War really did that. They had the co-op feature to the campaign. It didn't change the story or anything. You could just play with friends, and I wish they would do that for, all of the other Call of Duties, but they say it takes away from the story, which I guess it does, but does it really matter?
It kind of does. I mean,
No.
if you're getting shot like 5 or 6 times in Modern Warfare 2, the single player story, it doesn't make much sense if you got a buddy there too, getting shot. It's sort of convoluted.
It's fine. Why do you gotta break it down? It's just for fun, Fuzzy. God,
That's what the Spec Ops mode is for. Anyway,
Spec Ops isn't fun.
right. And that's exactly why I believe the single player experience wouldn't be as good.
All right. FIFA 12. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a soccer game.
Yeah, there's not much to
It's a
say. It's
football
just
game.
another football game. I've never been a fan of them. I mean, I love soccer, but on consoles, or just in gaming in general, I've never really liked soccer games. So, just gonna leave it at that. FIFA 12 announced, yeah. But
Yep.
they ended it with the big Kahuna. Who knew this was gonna be featured? Battlefield 3 obviously was shown there. They showed a trailer showing off the Frostbite 2 engine, obviously on PC, which looked really nice. And then they did a little montage of multiplayer clips, which it looks good, I guess. There's not much to tell. They didn't show that much, so it's really early to make a claim or accusation of anything.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Battlefield guy. I'm more of a COD guy. I when I say I'm not the biggest, I mean I don't have much experience with it as nearly as much as I do with Call of Duty. So I'm excited for this. The Frostbite 2 engine looks phenomenal. I know it's just on PC and it's a totally tricked out PC I'm sure they're using, and I'm sure it'll look like dog shit on the console. But yeah, it looks really good, and the possibilities there are really cool. And now that I actually have friends on the internet, it would be really nice to see what a game like that is like when you actually have a cohesive squad and you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, I've always played those Bad Company games without a squad, and it's like running around with a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off.
Yeah, it seems like it's one of those games where if you've got a big squad, because in Call of Duty, if you have an organized squad, it almost becomes less fun because it's just so easy to pub stomp.
Yeah, you're just competing for kills at that point.
Yeah, in Battlefield 3, I feel like you would actually benefit a lot from that. So I'm excited for it. We're not going to talk about COD versus Battlefield because that's, in my opinion,
It's a
asinine
pointless conversation
and
at this
very
point.
pointless.
There's nothing
Extremely
even
pointless.
shown really.
Yeah, but I'm excited for the engine, the game, and it depends. I want to see more about multiplayer because that's where I'm going to live, pretty much. So
Yeah, I wish they showed more than a 20-second montage, but
I believe they're coming out with it soon. That's what I'm
yeah.
told.
So now we're gonna move away from EA onto the Ubi or Ubisoft